The brain constantly looks for stimulation, telephone, watching, nicotine, alcohol, all the time. It's about scrolling and switching, distractions. Not because you and your mind are lazy, no, but because your brain, your nervous system is trying to self-regulate every single minute, every single hour, every single day at the same level. So this was dopamine, one. The second, the prefrontal cortex. Here, the prefrontal cortex. This part of the brain is responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and sustained attention. Looking, listening, reading. Attention. In ADHD, the system in that regard is less stable. Dopamine is lower in the first, and here the system is less stable. That means you're switching constantly. You need to switch. So the emotional brain, here, and the impulses take over faster. You need more stimulation, more switching, and more scrolling. Quasi. That's why you know what to do. You know that what you need to do, but you don't do it consistently. Habits. You do not create consistent habits, consistent execution. You can't do that in an effective way. So when you have ADHD or someone from your family is having it, what is here for you? You don't have a focus problem, but you have a nervous system control problem. If you try to fix it only with willpower, you will not manage it. You will not do that. It's not possible to execute only with willpower. It's like you're looking at a cigarette when you are a smoker and you say, I am holding it in my hands, but I will not use it anymore. This is not possible. You will not delete the nicotine problem then. You will lose over time. Every time you look at that, you will lose it. Willpower is not working. Because the problem of ADHD is not only in a mindset, willpower, mindset. No, it is in the nervous system. It is biology. And biology is treated in a different way. Not with willpower. Look at here. You have seen me in my cold bath in the morning. Why I'm saying this in front of that cold bath? Because cold bath is a tool. Here is why it gets powerful. Cold exposure directly affects these systems which are related to the nervous system causing ADHD. When you enter the cold water, the first trigger I mentioned in the beginning is dopamine baseline. In a cold bath, dopamine increases up to 2 times the volume. Not fast, not artificial, like social media, porn, television, nicotine, alcohol, any other drugs. But it is increasing stable and long-lasting. It is stable and long-lasting dopamine. The moment you jump from that cold bath after ending 2 or 3 minutes, it is starting to go up very stable way through 8 hours of your day. It's not like boom and you feel it. It is constantly increasing during 8 hours of your day after finishing the cold bath. And this supports focus, motivation, and mental clarity. The mental clarity is there as well. Look, focus, motivation, habit forming, mental clarity, not scrolling, not switching. Exactly what ADHD lacks. Of focus, of habit forming, and mental clarity, because you need to switch all the time in order to increase fake dopamine. Scrolling, switching, doing all the time constantly different things. Boom, boom, boom. and you have this mental clarity where you can focus. Second, you train your nervous system under stress, in this water, because cold is controlled stress. Your body activates fight and flight mode, but in a conscious way, because you decide to go into the water. Then you learn to calm it with your breath. You step in, there's fight and flight, but you are aware because you decided to go in. So you're not the passenger in the fast driving car, you actually are the driver, fast driving, because you decided to do so. So the fight and flight mode is entirely different in that situation, because you learn how to be calm by breathing. Over time, you gain control over your internal state. This improves impulsivity, emotional reactivity, and attention stability. Not scrolling, not switching. Attention stability. Once again, nervous system, biology, not mindset, not willpower. Nervous system. You build tolerance to discomfort. ADHD avoids low stimulation tasks because it cannot increase the dopamine, which I mentioned before. But cold, stay even when it's uncomfortable. The cold teaches, stay even if it's uncomfortable. Do maintain the focus, stay motivated, do not scroll and switch even if it's uncomfortable. And that, my friends, rewires your relationship with boredom, effort, and discipline. Habit code. Forming discipline habits. Habit code. ADHD is not weakness. Remember that. It's not weakness. It's your power. It's a powerful nervous system, which these people have. ADHD, it's a powerful nervous system that was never trained in these world circumstances to regulate itself. And this is the problem. It was not learned how to regulate itself. The nervous system does not know how to regulate itself, but you can do that while cold exposure. And this was habit code. I encourage you to create a habit of being aware to stimulate your nervous system in a natural way, stimulating fight and flight in order to fix your, not mindset, biology and nervous system. And if this movie was helpful for you, please subscribe, please like, follow, because we are in this channel trying to create a community of people who are willing to create conscious habits in order to improve ourselves as people, as human beings, to be the best version of ourselves. Christ King. Amen.